Well, here is my mom. This is, we're going to talk about, really, in this video, how she designed the book, this beautiful book that we made together. We all have something. If you want to hear about how the story was created, tune into my podcast, Talk Mental Health with Logan Noone, where I have my mom on, Rochelle Clementson. We talk about the book and the story, but today this video is really about the design of this book and how it really came together. So, Mom, welcome. How'd you make this beautiful thing?
Thanks, Logan. Well, I love the process. That's what art is all about, is the process. So Logan and I thought it would be a good idea. Maybe you want to make your own book someday, So we thought we'd start with, we all have something. And so Logan sent me the script. He wrote it up. I kind of cut it back to a lot of different words, and we laid out. So I looked at the script, and then I had to figure out what was going to go on each page. So I don't know if you want to call this a storyboard or whatever, but I set this all up. Logan's We All Have Something book. I set up the cover and the back, okay? We all know that there's got to be a cover and a back. And I knew I wanted it really colorful because I'm an art teacher and I know kids love colors. So I knew I wanted it really colorful. I'm also a textile major, so I know I wanted a lot of design and lines and textures in it. So I set up the whole thing, and this took a while. Like, I didn't do the whole book. I got maybe to page 15 set up, and I said, okay, now let me start kind of laying it out, the colors that I wanted to do. And we got back to 35 pages by the time we were done. All right. So then Logan and I talked about size. It was very important to me to have size so that the color could show off and it would be easy for the kids to read. So I wanted the biggest better in my book.
And a hard copy. And
a hard copy. I was very strong about a hard copy. So I we looked up, I'd done a book with the library before, 8.5 by 11 is kind of the standard paper size, and that's how we kind of do stuff. So I knew I was going to do something like this. Well, then I wanted color, but I didn't want all the skies to be the same or whatever. So I have back here, I used to roll around. I'd have big paper. I would cut it down to the size, and I would start with the background. Start with the biggest part. I've always taught my kids this. Start with the biggest part. So we start with the sky, the land, the whatever. And then I would just be I printed paper. I made paper. I took paper from scrapbooks. All right. I took solid paper, print paper, and I would lay it all out. Then I made a lot of mistakes. You see this brush? I have an eraser. I had a lot of pencils, markers, everything out. So I was all ready to go. Scissors. And I also used things like, I can't make a circle. So I would use tracers. I would use scrapbook things for rectangles because you had to put the words on white. That's another thing, Logan. I really wanted the words on white so it's easy to read, because when it starts going on color, it starts to get kind of harder to read, and I had seen books like that. So then each page, here's the cover, was cut down, start with the background, build around. I wanted a lot of color, put the faces in, what's the most important thing. Then I would start laying these all out. You see that this one is the first page of the story. So I wrote 1 and 2 on it. They would be light blue sky. But do you notice, Logan, how the sky changes then in the next one? So it wouldn't all be the same. Page 3 and 4, the sky is turquoise. They're inside, but then he's looking at them outside. So I had to think his background had to be different because he was inside and they were outside.
And you did none of this on the computer. Why don't you explain how many pieces of paper is about every page?
There's anywhere from 56 pieces to maybe the littlest one is 20 or something like that. Because I was cutting out the white that the words were on. I wanted interesting clothing, kind of. I was thinking about shoes. Logan and I bought stickers of basketballs because I didn't need to make that. So I have a whole thing of stickers. I even have on here, I bought little tiny buttons to put on some of the shirts because I don't need to. I wanted a relief. I used some stamps. I used tracers, especially of geometric shapes. I used thin pens and fat pens to make a smile fatter or an eyebrow thinner. I used colored pencils. I used everything. And like I said, I knew I had to find a medium that I felt comfortable with because I was going to do this 36 times on different pages. And I am not an illustrator, and I loved collage. So
none of this was designed on a computer.
none of it.
Old school.
Old school. All of this is cut out. All right? And like this page, even the little words on the house and the skis on the house, Logan, is cut out. Everything was cut out.
Can you show the viewers the key page and explain what the significance of that?
I don't think that's in here, Logan. Let me see if that's in here. I'll show you it in the book. Oh, here's the key page. So then we took a page like this, Logan, and I didn't need to make this different times. I just would put different centers in it. This is the key. So this is what Logan was talking about, that I was adamant that was in it, because we did this for the thank you too. See how we just put in different? But Danielle is always in the book, shades of pink.
Show the viewers. And just each
Nolan,
character has its own icon
is
and color.
green. Logan is always blue, and Garrett is always orange. And then the heart is for the mother's love. So you will see it right here. It's on there. It's on the cover. We put it on the cover. And these two pictures together, I wonder if the viewer can find.
And why was putting the key in here so important to you?
Because I wanted the children to really identify and look. One of the illustrators that I like very much, she has a key to tell you what's coming next. And I know kids, they love to have that kind of like anticipation. The teachers are always telling them to predict what's going to come next. And I gave them a little key so they would know. You see in each one of the corners, on the next page, the reader is going to meet Garrett, Nolan, Danielle, and Logan. Going to be on the next page. So that tells them something to look forward to. And then the heart is on each one. So that a little kid, look at here, Logan, it's on the cast. All right? And here, not only in the words, but I really wanted kids to see how Logan felt. He was sad, he was depressed, his parents, the teachers could tell something. So each page I did I'd say about 15, 16 the first summer, and then the next half I did the other. And you got a little bit faster, but not that much when you're cutting and pasting. And my favorite... How long did
this whole process take you?
2 months. 2 summers. So that's like 4 months. And this is my favorite page, the last page talking about the kids. But so then I would keep it like this, very safely. Each model, I don't have them because I threw them. But I had a little model, almost like a cutout paper doll, that I would trace each time for different skin colors, because different things. So I had some of those. I wanted different sizes, Logan. I think it looks really terrible if everything is one size. So I did some close-ups. I did some far aways. I did Logan little, but then I also did them big. Like that. I even did in this basketball one, really close up, like that. And I think that gives variety to the thing. Look at the wooden floor. That was wrapping paper that I did.
Very cool.
All right. This one, that's stickers. Those basketballs are stickers. All right. I would have loved to give texture, but I tried to illustrate texture through all the fabrics and all the different papers that we used. And so you can make a book too. After we did this, we gave that to the printer or photographed it and moved on. But believe me, I kept these sealed up because if they got water, I never had water or any kind of drinks on here because I was so worried I was going to spill. And I used anything from good old just, glue to two-sided tape. I used that a lot if the things were big. I had a lot of redos. I cut in too far. So you make mistakes, but that's how you learn. It's about the process. I learned a lot. And because I love you so much, I did the whole thing. I don't know if I'll do it again. It was you
gotta negotiate a better contract.
Yeah, really. The pay's gotta go up. But you can see all the papers. I used anything that I had that I thought would be interesting and eye-catching and keep the kids' interest.
So if the viewers like this book, where can they find it?
They can find it at logannoone.com, right?
Say it with confidence. Yes. Great salesman here. LoganNoone.com.
I'm the other spot.
Just find children's book, LoganNoone.com. You can also search on Amazon or click on the link below.
And
Thanks
I
for watching.
encourage you to make your own book. Thanks.